Tell me if you can hear me loud and clear. Good afternoon. Welcome to VP4TV. And just a quick reminder to anybody else on YouTube who's watching. If you would like to have your own VP4 VIP badge, just like Coldest Pillow, then it only costs you £1 a month. That's all it costs you, $1 a month to become a member of my VP4TV channel. Welcome to Dwight, welcome to anybody else that's watching. I have a sneaking suspicion, and it's just me, that we might not have a match on, because Interchangex has done this before in a big tournament where he hasn't shown up, and I still do not see him in the lobby, and I am taking bets that he might not show up. But anyway, in the meantime, what we'll do is, I'm going to go around, and that's not the way I want to go. I want to go back that way. Just to confirm, well, what we already know is LS3 and One Pocket Slim are going at it on Monday evening my time, 7:45, which would be, what, 2:45 Eastern. That is, of course, in the Black Ball tournament, and that match is a one-loss side match. But finally today we have confirmation that Stubb will be playing semi-pro next Friday evening at 7 o'clock, which of course clashes with Friday Night 9 Ball. We'll start with that match, and then I'll finish getting the rest of Friday Night 9 Ball. So that is a round 4 match. No, tell a lie, is that the hot seat match? I can't remember now. Hang on to have a look. Yes, it is the hot seat match. Of course it is. So it's a round 5 match, 2, 3, 4, 5, to see who gets to the final. So that'll be one to look forward to. So as I said earlier, Stubb has now got a full week where he can wind semi-pro up and get inside his head and annoy him. The other thing, of course, is today's event, which, as I say, may or may not go ahead, so it might be a short stream. Let's just get confirmation here. We have the 3 Cushion World Championship. That is the only match that's on the schedule. And let's just go back, because we can then also have a quick update on how the sign-ups are going for the 10 Ball World Championship, which opened up a couple of days ago, and it goes live on December the 23rd. Actually, December the 22nd if you're over stateside. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 12 in so far, so there should be a reasonable number. And it probably won't get 64 in it, but it'll get a reasonable number as it gets nearer the time. So that is everything up to date as far as that goes. Another quick look. Still no Interchangex. I'm still taking bets he won't show. Oh, there he is. He is in the room. I take it all back now. Thank God for that. 8 o'clock tomorrow. What's that in the black? I can't remember what. What tournament's that? I was just looking at the tournaments. Oh, that'll be the black ball. Where the hell are we? Aye, of course, the winner of that match will play the winner of LS3 and One Pocket Slim. Well, that's good. I'll be there for that then as well. Although that clashes with the final of the snooker tomorrow. Should be a good match tonight. Who the hell's playing tonight? It's is it Trump and Ding tonight? Because that match this afternoon was a bit of a damp squib with O'Sullivan and Bafai. O'Sullivan cantered that. Right, anyway, it's just knocking on the door of 5:30 GMT, and this will be a race to 15 in the 3-cushion Virtual World Championships. Welcome to Chimpy. Well, anybody that wasn't there last night can watch the latest Friday Night 9-Ball on my YouTube channel, because it also includes the match between Cobra and Fast Eddie. Fast Eddie was very impressive for about the first half of the match, and then bits of him began to fall off. It started from the head downwards, and then I think I jinxed him when he was 7-3 up, and sorry, when he was, what was he, 7-3 up or 7-4? Yeah, he was 7-4 up, and I think I jinxed him at the very point I said in the commentary, I said, it's yours now to lose, Eddie, and he promptly obliged and found a way to lose. Right, the room is up. We'll have the lag for the break. Let's see if we can get in time. We've got the blue cloth. Albinario having a practice in the lag. Just needs a fraction more weight. I think most players call Ronnie their hero when they lose to him. Right, so yeah, that was an awful lag by Interchangex. Oh, Steve has decided to go into Discord. I didn't even bother to switch Discord on. Right, we'll watch this first shot and then I'll boot up Discord. Hang on. Well, I didn't think you'd be bothering, Steve.
Why not?
Well, I never even bothered to switch Discord on. I thought this is too early in the afternoon or too early in the day for you. Anyway, welcome. Did you see how Eddie managed to find a way to lose a match that he was leading 7-4 and should have been 8-4 up last night against Cobra?
Nope. I just saw the final.
Well, and Eddie was playing great. I mean, his safeties were good, his shot choices were good, and they had Cobra on the rack. 7-4 up and guaranteed to be 8-4 up, and then he blew it all. It all went pear-shaped.
It went goofy, huh?
Well, it went goofy, as I said to the guys here before I get into Discord. I said it went goofy as soon as I said in the commentary, well, Eddie, it's yours now to lose, when he's 7-4 up and about to go 8-4 up, and he somehow lost the rack, and that was it. Anyway, I'm glad to see Interchangex appear, because I was taking bets he wouldn't show up, but he is here. Welcome to Legit Matthew. Anyone else having issues with Twitch? Nobody said anything so far, but give it time, it'll settle down. Don't forget to check your little cog at the bottom of the screen. Well, it's Twitch's problem. I'm looking at the stream on YouTube and everything's fine.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream on Twitch and that looks good.
Cobra says you sound out of sync.
You as in me?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
I think he probably means the balls noises.
Your sound is out of sync. And give a bit more detail on how you mean out of sync, Cobra. Don't forget, I've just booted up Discord, so I've just gone into Discord. So just give it time and do a quick refresh on your stream, but give it time to settle down. Or if that's the case, jump over to Kick or jump over to YouTube. That's the one advantage of having multiple streams. Oh,
that was a nice play there. He didn't quite get it.
Bedhead says just refresh.
That's actually a pretty good description compared to the stuff I get. I get support emails. Somebody sends me something, says game doesn't work. Doesn't tell me which game, which platform, what happens, does it start, nothing. They just say game doesn't work.
That's a stub.
Like I'm a mind reader.
That's a stub email to support that one.
Oh no, you'd be surprised how many people send that kind of email. That was well done there.
Well, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning knowing that the forecast said we were due snow overnight, and looked out the window with 2 inches of snow, and I had to drive up to Glasgow in it, but luckily the roads were actually okay. The gritters had been out and they'd cleared the roads pretty well.
I wasn't impressed with Glasgow.
Well, that depends on where you go to in Glasgow. As long as the people with money like yourself, Steve, they all hang around the city centre and go to all the posh cafes and restaurants and bars. But you go anywhere out of there, then you're in cowboy country. I'll tell you that.
I liked Edinburgh.
Oh, of course you like Edinburgh. And again, you do the same. See, this is what annoys me, and I'm going to correct you every time you say it. It is not Edinburgh.
I tried to say it the right way.
It's not Edinburgh. It's not EDINBURROW. It's Edinburgh. Edinburgh. That's it. Now,
well, I tried to say it the right way, but that's just beyond my capabilities.
You said it the way Kirk Douglas said it when I remember Kirk Douglas appearing in a Royal Variety performance way back in the 70s, and I don't know why Kirk Douglas was on it, but you know what he started singing?
Wow.
He started singing "I Belong to Glasgow," and that got me well pissed off when he started that carry on. Glasgow. Nobody descends to explain to the guy how you pronounce the bloody thing. Well, Albinario, hot to trot here. A run of 4. Well, I think he's out to beat his own high run here, the way he's going at it.
Alban looks like he's picked up this game pretty well, and you got to wonder how some people think, or I'm sure he hasn't played this game a tremendous amount. How quickly he can pick this up.
Well, he has played it a fair bit in VP3. He always used to play it with Romario. He used to play matches with Romario in VP3. So he's always had a reasonable idea how to go about things. But I think I'm telling you, secretly I've annoyed him by saying that
look at this.
Chico's the odds-on winner.
Did you see that bullshit?
Yeah, that's bullshit, but they all count. I thought it was a counter there.
I thought he had a counter there.
Well, a run of 4, so...
Well, he keeps running 4, and I think Interchangex is in deep trouble.
Now, who is it that said in the chat earlier? It wasn't in the live stream. I think it was prior to that. Somebody said the other day there or last night that Interchangex fancies taking Albinario out. Well, I haven't really seen Interchangex playing this.
Well, he's played a few really nice shots, but it's like that shot with the ball out in the middle of the table. He hit a pretty good shot, but that's a tough hit. And he had another one where he played a 4-railer and it just missed it. So, I mean, that's the frustrating thing about this game is you can hit a lot of good shots that don't reward you.
This looks nice as well. That's a good line, very good line. I take it you know that that Stubbs finally settled for a match time. It clashes with Friday Night 9-Ball next week, Steve.
Yeah, that's fine.
The match with Semi-Pro.
I mean, But at least they got a time. That's going to be an interesting match. I mean, Semi-Pro's a huge favorite in that if he can keep his brain functioning on normal wavelength.
Welcome to Spud Boy. Yeah, if you want to watch that match, Spud Boy, it's in the last video I did yesterday, which is Friday Night 9-Ball. It's actually right at the beginning of that.
I'm just going to go wide. Maybe he's trying to get it off the fourth rail. Either way, Interchangex needs to do something right now.
Well, this could be a complete whitewash here, by the way, until he gets on the board.
But, you know, it's hard to make up a lot of points.
Well, don't forget, Albinario's already halfway home here. I mean, he's only... It's only a race to 15 in this one lost side.
And there's another good shot that doesn't work out. Look how he left the balls. Yeah. See, this is just... You don't want to leave this shot. Anybody that's any good at three cushions is going to make this hit.
Oh, did you watch it? I thought you hadn't seen it yet. Sounds still way out of sync. Well, Cobra, I think Bedhead seems to be okay. Cobra's saying that he's out of sync. Oh no, it's race to 20. Aye, it is a winner's side. Well, I take it all back. I'm an umpty.
Oh, I didn't realize it was to 20?
I thought it was a one-loss side. I'm confused with the black ball. I was looking at different brackets here.
Now we're going to see how well Albinario knows this game and has this table down, because this is an easy hit.
Well, didn't quite get it.
He hit a pretty good shot there, but it was just a little bit long.
Right, let's go up top. I think the guys prefer this view rather than straight down the table. At least I haven't had any complaints so far. That's going to hit double hit. I prefer the other view. Right, well, you're only doing that just to be awkward, Cobra, because you're out of sync.
This game reminds me a lot of banks, where you can hit a lot of good banks that don't go in. I mean, I don't even play banks, and I almost beat Jason Shaw, who, you know, I wouldn't say the banks is a specialty, but, you know, he's pretty good at it.
Well, this is a democracy in here, Cobra. I'll go with the vote. Whoever prefers the top-down view, give me your vote, and whoever prefers me jiggling around the table looking at the line, give me the vote.
This looks good.
It's going to be, just a nick. Yeah. So I don't have many replies in your favour, Cobra.
Yeah, Albin. I heard Albin plays pool now in real life, but he didn't when he started playing VP. I mean, if the guy's got any kind of stroke, he must be a pretty good player, because he understands how to play. Unfortunately, getting a good pool stroke is very difficult. It's probably harder than the knowledge.
Well, the thing is that, you know, if Albie did do that, you know, if he hadn't been to a pool hall until he had got virtual pool, whether it be virtual pool hall or virtual pool 3, whatever he got at the time, but he certainly will have taken what he'd learned in the process of getting a hang of virtual pool. He'll have taken that to the real table, and I'm pretty certain he'll be a reasonably solid pool player. No doubt about that.
You've got to have a stroke. That's the problem. I mean, developing a good stroke is a tremendous amount of work.
I prefer
you don't just go down there and go, well, I know a lot, and then in 3 months, you know, you're playing like a A-level player, because you can't develop the stroke that quick. I mean, it's going to definitely help you get better a lot faster, but full stroke's hard to develop. You know, most people really don't understand much about it. If you look at like the snooker players, they have a very regimented type of way that they teach snooker. And it takes years to become a good player.
Well, the snooker stroke is very much more disciplined, whereas the pool stroke's a lot looser.
Well, I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
It is.
The main difference between snooker and pool is that it's harder to pocket balls. Therefore, the strokes are designed to pocket balls. In pool, the strokes designed to move the cue ball. And
but Steve, the snooker
approach.
No, the snooker stroke starts from the feet upwards, so it does. That's the difference. In pool, you get guys standing, all sorts of shapes.
But that's it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You aim with your body. Your feet have to be stable. The difference is that snooker is taught in a very standardized way, so everybody looks the same. Pool is not taught that way.
No.
But
so there's less discipline in it.
Well, okay. It's like, let's put it this way. It's like if you look at golf. Okay, golfers from Sweden tend to all look the same because they're taught a certain way. Does that mean they're more disciplined or their swings are better?
No, they're taught a good, solid way.
They're taught it, yeah. But all I'm saying is that there's a lot of different ways you can swing the golf club, and a lot of people do it differently. The Swedish players tend to be, more look the same because they're taught in a system, and that's what snooker's like. They're taught in a system. It doesn't mean that I don't know what you mean by more disciplined. It's just there's less variety of stances and strokes.
Well, it's generally agreed that you have a solid foundation. You start from the feet, so you've got a good stance. You have a solid bridge. Now, you get guys shooting. They still use the loop bridge. Some of the guys, in snooker, it's about having a solid bridge. Everything's solid and rigid, apart from the actual cue arm, which is going through straight and smooth.
But it's the same thing in pool. I remember John Schmidt. One of the things he said to me was, the guy that stays the stillest wins. I mean, it's the same in both. You got to be really solid. You got to be really still. I think that the main difference between pool and snooker is the amount the Q-tips moved. Snooker players go very straight through the ball. Mm-hmm. Pool players move the Q-tip a lot. And that is because in pool, you're focused more on moving the cue ball. In snooker, you can't afford to do that because the balls are hard to pocket. I mean, you still have to move the cue ball, but you can't be swinging a tip around like you can in pool. The pockets are too tight. So it's a different approach. Is a pro pool player going to snooker going to have a harder time than a pro snooker player going to pool? Probably, because I think learning to play the style snooker requires is hard. But if you've looked at snooker players that try to play pool, most of them haven't done very good. It's not like that transition's easier. I just think it's easier in going from pool to snooker.
Mm-hmm. By the way, who was it that said about Ricky Walden? I noticed that in the chat, but it's disappeared off my screen.
Who's Ricky Walden?
Ricky Walden's a professional snooker player, but you know how I was talking about stance? Well, the difference with Ricky Walden, don't forget, is he's had lots of back problems. So he has. So that's probably another reason why his stance is offset.
Yeah, there's no one way to do it, but it's just taught like that in the UK. When you're taught from the time you're 10 years old that this is the way you stand and this is the way you pull the cue back and this is what you do, you're going to have a homogenized looking group of players.
I think you're right. I think Selby won an 8-ball world championship, did he not? Eight ball pub. That is CP. Welcome to Brainful Out.
But pub's similar. There's been some very good players that were pub and snooker. I mean, the thing is, one of the reasons why you don't see more players playing pool players play snooker is it's hard to get on the tour. I think there's players that were good enough. I think a guy like an Alex Pagulayan or a Parika, could have potentially been a pro snooker player. But the problem is you got to go qualify, you got to get on the tour, and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it, you're going to come back the next year and, put all this time in to try to get on tour. I'm kind of surprised more pool players didn't try to do that because
that's where the money is, yeah.
But, it's a major deal to try to change over.
Well, the thing about
it's the same thing for pool. Now, pool's going the same way. I mean, Matchroom is starting a tour, and they're going to have relegation, and they're going to do the same thing that's been done with snooker. It's going to be a lot harder to become a pro pool player, and hopefully the money's going to go up.
Welcome to Jose. Yeah, Steve did play snooker against Steve Davis.
Well, I've played snooker before. I mean, I'm not very good at it. I mean, I don't even know what my high run is. It's probably like 50 or 60. I mean, I haven't played very much.
The only thing Steve's good at is reaching those balls that other normal people can't reach. So Steve doesn't use the rest very often in snooker. Or the bridge, as the Americans call it. Or the rake.
But, snooker is, every time I get on a snooker table, the first thing I do is try to stay stiller. Because you're not going to make balls unless you're really still. But you need that in pool, too. I mean, that's one of my weaknesses in pool is just movement.
Yeah, the thing about, who is it was saying, Spud was talking about Judd Trump. If you look at Judd Trump closely when he's queuing, he's not queuing straight. So he's one of these unique players. He doesn't queue straight, but see when he's feathered in the queue, he's not queuing straight. He's queuing across the ball. But
very few pool players queue straight. Very few.
And we all saw what happened when Judd Trump went to the 9-ball World Championships. He got a lesson from what's his name, Jason Shaw.
Yeah, well, it's very difficult to just show up and, because it's just a different thing, and the level of play is so high, it doesn't take much to get, just absolutely drilled. Look at this. That's a nice shot.
Well, Interchangex has got a second point in the board.
But, yeah, it's really hard to go either way, but I do think it's harder to go from pool to snooker than the other way. I think some of the snooker players, I know for a fact that Ronnie could be a really good pool player. I mean, he's got tremendous talent. He's the guy that I think could be a top pool player.
Now that's another good shot from Interchangex. The comeback is on.
Yeah, there's very few people I've ever seen where I went, wow, one of them was Alex Pagulayan. Another one was Ronnie O'Sullivan. I mean, honestly, most people just don't impress me. It's not that they're not good or anything. It's just that they don't impress me. But Ronnie did. Alex Pagulayan did. Mark Todd did. You guys won't know who he is.
Never heard of him, no.
Yeah.
Well, did any of you guys hear about, they were mentioning it in the commentary, Ray Reardon, who won 6 world titles in the snooker back in the late 60s and through to the mid 70s. He is 90 years old, and at his golf club a little while back, he made a century break at 90 years old.
Oh, I can believe it. There was a guy that used to come in the pool room that was 95 and play, and he still played pretty good. I mean, I didn't know him when he was younger, but I was like, man, this guy must have been really good because he could still play, and he was 95.
Yeah, good old Ray Reardon.
You just hope you can get out of bed when you're 95.
Where is it he lives, BFO? That's not going to reach. Well, this match will be over fairly soon. When did that start? It started 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, this is just a slaughter.
Is Albinario
looking like he might have enough in the tank to win this thing? I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting when he comes down against the best guys.
Well, is he going to beat the sort of 32-minute record set by Chiku, which he's done in a couple of his matches?
Well, you know, the thing is that the more lopsided the score is, the better chance you have of beating the record, because it means you're at the table a lot. If your opponent's not scoring points, then, you know, he's not at the table. So you're getting more shots. You know, the real question is who's got the best point per turn for a match. That's the real teller.
That looks good. Just did that feather it?
Yeah. Get it. Yeah. Moved just a skosh.
Well, the one that was 101 to 94. There was a new record set last night, Steve, in World Professional Snooker. It was the highest scoring aggregate frame of snooker ever. 101 points to 94.
Wow.
And Mark Williams won it. He lost the match at the end.
Must have been a lot of fouling.
Well, maybe been a fair bit of snookering and stuff like that going on. I don't know. I never watched it, but I saw the highlights this morning before I went to work.
That's where a guy does foul and miss 10 times in a row or something.
Yeah, probably there would have been a bit of that in it. So Albinario, another little run or two. He's only 3 away.
I'll tell you what you guys don't have in the UK or in Europe is college sports. In the US, I mean, college sports are huge. College football, college basketball. So not only do we have all this pro stuff to watch, I mean, we've got college sports on. You know, like last night, there was several college basketball games on, and people really get into it here.
Is that not just an excuse for a riot, though, Steve? Because I've seen some of this college stuff on YouTube, and whether it be football and stuff like that, I've seen things end up in fights.
You know, that's pretty rare. Let me tell you what, it's a lot rarer than soccer game fights. But I mean, there is a lot of passion. They have, you know, the student body comes out and the fans are going crazy. It's a big deal in college, the sports, but it carries on. I mean, I don't watch tons of it, but I've got friends that, you know, they'll watch every night. They'll watch college sports.
Good afternoon to Semi-Pro. You won't be here long because this ain't going to last long.
Yeah, it's going to be hello, goodbye.
Yeah, Albinario on the hill.
Could be goodbye right now.
And
it'll be interesting to look at these match stats. Right now, he's looking like he's going to break the record.
He's going to break the record here.
Time.
Yeah, it's only 27 minutes, give or take 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was a tough hit going that way. Well, last chance saloon. He's got a don't be a numpty sun. Looks like the Sun paper cover he made.
Got it.
Was that your favorite place to get news, Hugh? The Sun?
No, I never read the Sun. It was the Daily Record, which is the Scottish version of the Daily Mail. which is an English newspaper.
Oh, here we go. This is looking dim here. Is he going to shoot the 5 railer, or is he going to do something else?
Oh, with that red sitting there, I'd be all around the table. He's got to bump this yellow across the table, cut it to the long rail, and then set the cue ball running.
I don't think it's sitting that good for the 5 railer, because he's got to hit the yellow thin, and it's going to run over to the red.
Oh, that's sitting perfect for the 5 railer. I'd be cutting that in. You got to miss a double hit though, right around.
Yeah, well, that's not what he's going to do.
He's going with the bottom into that. The English is it not going to kick in enough? I don't think.
No, it's not enough.
Not far off it though.
Well, he may not get the record at this pace.
Well, he's on. I mean, it didn't start it directly on a half hour. Maybe a minute or so after that, because of the lag and stuff, and the time the room goes up. So it's probably 29 minutes.
This is sitting pretty good for the 5 railer. He's not going to do it. He's going to go this way. That's going to be short.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, yes, you're right. So the next match on the schedule for these tournaments is... that also reminds me of something I need to say as well, which I'll do in a minute. The next match, I think, is the One Pocket Slim.
An interesting shot. He's going 2 rails into the red and then another rail into the yellow.
And that'll do it. Game over.
Nice shot there.
That beats Chiku. So that was short and sweet. How about that?
Let's look at match stats. I want to see the points per turn Albin had. It was pretty good.
How about that for a quick Saturday afternoon's 3 cushion? Let's have a look. Wrong one. Albinario.
Semi-pro, finally the twat. Delete. I don't know if twat means the same in the UK as it does here.
Yes, it does mean a female appendage. Yes, it does.
It's not a female.
Well, it is. No. It does over here. Oh. Who was he playing Interchangex? If I got this right, I don't want it to be typing out again. Thank goodness for that. Right, hang on. Right, so 3 cushion billiards, points scored 20, points per turn 1.3, average run 1.6, longest run 4.
Yeah, 1.3 is pretty good.
Right, let's have a look at it.
I think that's getting up, I don't know, what do the pros do? 1.5 points or something like that is kind of the pro average or something?
Let's look at the average.
I think it's somewhere in that range. That's 1.3 is pretty good.
Oh yeah, look at the stats up top though for the tournament. Look at the stats there.
Look at those guys.
I mean, Albinario and Chiku, they both won the same amount of matches.
Now, Interchangex has to be disappointed because look at his average run, and he played. He must have played really pretty poorly for him because his average run's 1.5 even after this performance.
Well, but look at Albinario and Chiku. They're neck and neck. Albinario is just below the one point per turn. Chiku's still in front there, but they're actually, they're joined at the hip here in average run.
I'm gonna look that up right now because I think the pros are about 1.5.
Yeah. Where's Stubb? Oh, he's way down there. Yeah, that's the 1.2 average run. So all of the guys are over one. They're over 1 per average run, and they're still all below 2, which would be a big step up, I think. All right, now what I want to do is, why is that 10 ball thing still spinning? I wonder. It's as if it's still loading. Have I locked up? It looks as if I've locked up here. I think the internal... Oh, there it is. I thought the internal browser had gone funny. Oh, that's what I still meant to say. I'll do that in a second.
Yeah,
so
world-class play is averaging 1.5 or more.
Well, that's not bad, is it? They're ahead of the average then.
No, the top guy was 1 per turn. I'm not talking about the average points per run. I'm talking about the points
right.
per turn.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Aye. So the next match on schedule in the black ball is LS3 and 1 Pocket Slim on Monday evening at 7:45. Here's a question for you, Steve. Are we dropping the idea of Honolulu?
No.
Running concurrent?
I mean, did you guys want to run it at the same time?
Well, the only thing I'm thinking is what do you make the match goal in Honolulu?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I mean, it's, Honolulu is going to go, it's going to go reasonably fast. I mean, it depends on who's playing, of course, but,
I mean, you're thinking how many racks per match? I mean, how many racks can the guys supper?
Well, I mean, Honolulu's a lot like, playing Banks just extended.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot, with a lot of balls on the table, you're not going to bank as much, but there's a lot of opportunities for combinations and caroms and billiards. And, I mean, I would be tempted to make it the same as our bank pool championship. Let's see what that was.
See if this will work. Why did that not work? Did that link fail? No, it didn't. Right, let's do a quick refresh. It wants me to sign in. I don't want to sign in. I want to get rid of that bloody pop-up. That's what I want to do. Right.
I get this problem where my Chrome browser sometimes doesn't want to. I have to start a new one. It doesn't want to render. Okay, let's see.
See if that works.
Let's see what the bank pool
No, it doesn't.
was.
It brings up Honolulu in Hawaii.
So bank pool, you're not. Yeah, you're gonna have to do not even Honolulu pool because you're gonna get a pool in Honolulu.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's done. I wanted to show you my shot, Steve.
So it was race to 6, loser to 4 in the bank pool, and I thought those were reasonable length matches. I mean, what do you guys think?
I don't think.
It may go faster than Banks. I mean, that's true. You can't play.
Why don't I just type in
safe the same way?
That's the one I want to bring up.
We will be playing with 15 balls.
Yeah, the full rack.
Yeah, it's going to be a full rack.
Right, watch this for a shot, Steve. I'll shut myself up a minute.
Right, guys. A little example.
This was me doing a little a rack of Honolulu. The cue ball ends up behind the 3, so I'm about to do a replay. In fact, I'll fast forward it because I'm ranting. And I didn't realise my mic wasn't on. It was actually my webcam mic that was working. That's how it sounds, as if I'm in a dustbin. Right. I think we're almost getting there.
A bank, a billiard, or whatever shot that you're going to play, or call the ball that you're going to play. How you play the shot.
How far do I need to go? Round about there. Right, here we go. I'm going to do the replay now.
So watch the cue ball. Stuck behind the 3. I took a minute or 2 looking at it, and I thought, well,
this is for the benefit of them who don't watch any of my videos.
I could play a wild kick shot, but
oh yeah, you've got to
on the
show off now
centre
and
of
again,
here.
Spud Boy.
We'll just do replay.
But this is what you have to do in Honolulu. You have to come up with
That centre pocket is a big
inspirational
pocket.
shots. I mean, there was no
What I
shot
have to
on
do
for me
is
there at
try and
all,
kick the 7,
apart from
collapse
this.
the 7, catch the 15, and
There you
drop
go.
the 7 in for a legal shot. It's stuff like that.
Now, there you go, tactical genius. Right, what did you get?
I don't know. We can make the race a little longer than it was for Banks. So the race for Banks was raced 6, and the winners and losers was 4. We could go 7 and 5 to a single final to 9.
Standard shot, not impressed. You've got to get the line onto the rail bed head and the line off the rail, haven't you? And then get the hit. It was still a bloody good shot.
Yeah, the thing is you're going to see a lot of interesting shots. Filipino rotation is the same thing. See, Filipino rotation, it's got that same thing black ball does, where if you're snookered, you don't have to hit a rail, and you can play some real interesting shots when you're kicking and you don't have to hit a rail. It's pretty easy to play safe.
Oh, there we go. Never fails. As soon as I join the room, Stefan scratches. There's more evidence of how I can jinx people by just joining the room. Oh dear.
What is this match?
I think it's a 9-ball final. I presume there's only 2 at the minute. I'm not sure, but it looks as if it's in a 10-footer. And Stefan will be well pleased I joined the room. Right, well, I'll watch the end of this match and then I'm off to get ready for the snooker tonight. That should be good.
Yeah, I gotta go do stuff. That was short but sweet.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for Interchangex because I'm sure that he thought he was going to have a closer match than that. I mean, I did.
Albinario's got a bee in his bonnet. I'm telling you, he's definitely out to prove me wrong, and he's certainly looking good to be able to do it against Chiku, as and when that comes around. Well, you heading off then, Steve? I'll wish you good afternoon then.
I am. I mean, this is Albinario's. He wins this thing. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's he got? 10?
He's still on for the double, is he not?
He's got 11 world championships so far.
Yeah.
I mean, he's way ahead. Doesn't need to increase his lead.
Yeah, but he's still the best all-around virtual puller there is in all the games that are played.
Yeah, he plays all games. We got to play a one pocket world championship. I mean, because
we'll have it tonight then. Bedhead's here. I can just get a hold of One Pocket Slim. In fact, no, tell a lie. Slim I think's busy. So maybe have to make it next week and have the final.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Oh, Stub will be in that. Capo will be in it. He likes a game of One Pocket, so
yeah.
you'll get at least 4 in it. And Cobra will go in it because he'll do it just for the hell of it.
Yeah, well, that's dangerous because Cobra might learn something, and I mean, that's the thing is of all the pool games there are, the game I'd say the game that'll make you improve the most for most players is straight pool. But for a player like at Cobra's level, the game that'll make him improve the most is going to be One Pocket. Once you get to the point where you play pretty good patterns and move the cue ball well, then straight pool doesn't do you as much good. Then it becomes One Pocket where you shoot a lot of very difficult, different sort of shots.
Well, the one thing I could tell you, Bedhead, is that if ever we have a One Pocket championship and I'm doing a live stream on it, I'm just going to sit and let Steve rant all afternoon on all the crap shots that you're doing, because I'm sure he'll have a field day listing all the mistakes you're doing.
Well, there's a lot. You know, the thing about one pocket is that there's a lot of choices. So, you know, it's a little bit hard to predict what somebody's going to do. I mean, if they do something dumb, I mean, that's pretty obvious, but there's a lot of choices. I mean, I've watched Josh Roberts do commentary, one pocket with good players, and he's one of the best. And, you know, he doesn't always know what people are going to do.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you set a one pocket World Championship, are you going to set it to the settings that one pocket Slim and Bedhead like, which is very tight pockets, as tight as you can get them?
They're going to be tight. I don't know if they'll be the very tight ones, but one pocket's typically a little better on a tighter table because, you know, it makes it a little harder to run balls. You got to play a little better position and stuff. I think the biggest problem with VP in one pocket is that when you're, you know, in real life, distance is your friend, and in VP it's not as much because you know, you can be on the back rail. It's still not as difficult as real life to make balls, even with tight pockets.
Yeah, but here's a question though, Steve. The thing is, if they play one pocket in real life, which they do, they don't generally play it in a 10-foot table. Do they? They're usually just a 9-foot table.
Well, I mean, not too many places have 10-foot tables. I mean, can you play it on a 10-footer? Yeah. I mean, that's definitely, you know, that's definitely done. But I mean, there's really very few pool rooms with a 10-footer. Now, it used, you know, it wasn't like that because there was a time in the States, like talking about the 30s, the 40s, where there was a lot of 10-foot tables. But it's not like that anymore. Diamond does make 10-foot tables. What do they want for them?
They'll be a lot more expensive, won't they?
Oh, they're ridiculous.
Because that's the other thing about putting those into a pool hall.
Now. They're over 10,000.
It's a lot of cash to lay out for not very many people using it.
Let's see what they want for a 10-footer.
Well, I presume Cobra's left the building, but Cobra was the one that was saying we were out of sync. We've now got 9 on Twitch and 3 in YouTube.
So a Diamond Pro, which is a 9-footer,
is
10,000.
That's top of the range, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, normal Diamond is 8,000. Pro is 10,000. Let's see if they got a 10-footer here. That's the thing, is most places aren't even going to sell 10-footers.
No.
I mean,
would you not have to get that supplied direct from the manufacturer rather than?
No, Diamond uses distributors. Matter of fact, in the Southeast, I got a buddy that is the Diamond distributor in the Southeast. Okay, so here's a guy. Freezers is selling a 5x10 with a Titan light for $12.5 for the package. So that's a used one.
12.5 grand for a used 10-footer.
Yeah. I think they're around 15,000 new. I mean, but you know, most people don't have room for it. I've actually got enough room for a 10-footer. I almost bought one at one point, but I decided I didn't want it.
Well, Chimpy is 1 away. I don't know whether this is I'm assuming it's a final. I never even looked at the calendar to see how many were in this.
Yeah. My kind of take on playing one pocket would be to play it on the 10-footer, but not with the very tight pockets, just with the tight ones. I mean, the very tight, it's a little ridiculous, really, because I mean, what you want to do is kind of make it so that it's just not, guys aren't automatically going to shoot from the back rail, but you don't want to make it so that, you know, it's hard to run 3 balls. So it's just it's a matter of finding the right setup.
And then you'd have to think about what the match goal would be, because if certain people got enticed into a one pocket tournament, and the two certain people got together who end up going round the houses for 2.5 hours to play like three racks of one pocket.
That, you know, just try to play defense all the time, and you get two people like that, and neither one of them knows how to you know, get the other guy in a trap, and oh, that's too bad, he's shooting another jumper now. If they don't understand how to trap people and take advantage, and you know, it could be a very long match. But I would think you know, it would probably be like race to 5. That's a reasonable number. Because, you know, I mean, for a normal tournament, it would probably be race to 3. So for World Championship, let's see.
What's the deadline?
LS3 wants to know about the. Let's see what's going on with that. LS3. I sent Tench. You're talking about Acero?
No. That the guy's name is something 144. I think it's yes.
Well, she's already gone through.
Oh, you've already been advanced?
Yeah, you're already advanced.
There you go.
So you're playing Acero.
That's the good news. Tench 144, something a bit fishy. There's that's one where all the people go, oh dear.
Well, he's forfeited his last 2 matches.
Yeah, again, it's another one of these.
He had a bye. He played Interchangex and lost. Then he got a bye. Then he did 2 forfeits. So yeah. No, the deadline was December 1st. Well, for you, it would be December 2nd, but December 2nd at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, Tenor, not Tench. Tenor 144. That's his name.
Yeah. So yeah, you can send Acero a proposal.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in the lobby. That guy. Is this match not over yet? No, it isn't, because Stefan's back to within 2. No,
right, I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, it was probably 2 o'clock this morning, LS3. Right, Steve, then, thanks for your company again.
Yep, thanks for streaming.
See you again sometime in the not too distant future.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Good afternoon. See you later. Right, I'll just close out Discord. Well, Albinario is up for winning this 3-cushion World Championship. Well, I'll tell you, I need to go back and look at that bracket. I think Chimpy's going to finish this off here. Once he's done this, we'll go and have another quick look at that bracket. Tench. Have you found that name on the players list? And you just sent it to the wrong person. Oh, that I'll tell you could have been really unlucky there, LS3, and ended up getting forfeited. Because you went through in the toss of a coin, basically, there, rather than the fact that you'd been sending proposals. You've got to laugh. Oh, I tell you, that's a good way of getting through. Just send them to completely the wrong player. Somebody who probably was in VP4 10 years ago and has never been back since. Right, let's have a quick look at this thing again, because I want to remind myself on what is happening here on the winner's side. We've got Chiku with Albinario. Now, that could be a time that won't suit me because of the time zone difference, so I just hope, well, I hope even Steve's around to do it, because Slim can't stream at the moment, so I hope Steve gets wind of this whenever this might go ahead. Sent 3 messages to Tench. The guy probably checking his old emails and thinking, who the hell's this? What's this all about? Right, well, so that match was a final, so that is it, guys. Very well done to Albinario. Hot to trot. Took care of Interchangex with very little problem. A very comfortable win, and I've totally forgotten what the result was. 20 points to 4. So Albinario is letting Chiku know that he's out to make a match of this. It should be a great match, by the way. So whatever happens, and no matter whether you like 3 cushion or not, or whether you play it or not, whenever those 2 guys get together, you need to make a point in seeing it. But obviously, whether you be there at the time or whether it be from a live stream that you can watch later on, we don't know yet. So I think I'll be keeping in touch with Albinario to find out what's happening, because I definitely want to be there if I can, even if it's on a day off and it's late at night or whenever, because Albinario obviously has to have a time to suit him. But anyway, that's for the future, so hopefully I can see you all maybe at some point on Monday for the match. I've totally forgot what match that is as well. Is it LS3 and Slim? I don't know. We'll worry about that nearer the time. So I'm off to watch the snooker when it starts in an hour's time or half an hour's time, and I'm going to have something to eat before it starts. So I will bid you good afternoon, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching, and we will see you later. Take care.